All right, so on this video for tonight, we're going to be talking about what you need to be looking for when you are searching for the kingdom of God. And so with this, a lot of people know and have heard, around the church that we need to seek first the kingdom of God. That is the command that is given to us in Matthew 6:33. But a lot of us don't necessarily know exactly what the kingdom of God is. And so, or what to be looking for when we are searching for the kingdom of God. I know for me personally, I spent 5 years searching for the kingdom, not really knowing what I was looking for or what it was going to show up as or any of that. But after looking for so long and attempting to understand, I have finally come to the answer of what exactly is the kingdom of God outside of the compound definition that a lot of people give about king's domain and whatnot, which is actually just a breakdown of the word kingdom and not actually what the kingdom is. So here is my personal definition that I will be using going forward on what the kingdom of God actually is. And it is the expression of God's heart that is represented through creation. And so the expression of God's heart that is represented through creation. And so when it comes to actually seeking the kingdom of God, what we're doing is that we are actually seeking God's heart about whatever the issue is that we're looking for, whatever we want to receive from the kingdom, and so forth. So when we are going forward and we are looking to find the kingdom, we are looking for God's heart in the midst of the matter. What is his thoughts about it? What are his ideas? What is his mindset? What are his automation systems, via his laws and his principles? That's what we're looking for. And the only way that you can access the kingdom of God, the only way that you can legally enter into it and to be able to receive all of the benefits that are there for you within it is that you have to access it through your own heart. And so going through it, being able to pour your heart out, for it to be open, for it to be for you to have intimate conversations and intimate, healing going on with God Himself throughout that process. That's the only way that you're going to be able to access the kingdom of God, because this is a heart to heart connection. And so when we are looking at everything that is a part of God's heart, what the expression of God's heart is, it is everything that is in creation. It is the unseen and the seen. So Genesis 1:1 says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So through the expression of his heart, he manifested that through creation in a form that was visible, in a form that was invisible. And so we have to understand that both of those express some type of idea, thought, or mindset that God has within his own self, that he wanted to relay to all of creation about how he thinks and how he feels within himself. And so in seeking the kingdom, you are seeking the heart of God. So you can synonymously replace the words going forth that in seeking the kingdom of God, I am seeking the heart of God. And that causes some issues with some people, because some of them, in order for you to be able to seek the kingdom and to seek the heart of God, you have to be able to do it with your own heart. And so he says in Jeremiah 29:13, you will find me when you seek me with all of your heart. But some people may not even know where all of their heart is. Like, life has banged a lot of people up over time. And some of us may have lost our heart back in childhood. Some of us may have lost it to a trauma that happened in our adulthood. And so finding your own heart to be able to use it to access the kingdom of God, to be able to use it to access his heart as well, can prove either overbearing, burdensome, just not worth it, etc. And so, but in order to be able to do it, you do have to be able to do that with all of your heart, to be able to find and to see what he has for you and what's in store in his heart for you as well. And so with that, there's a lot of things that we want to talk about when it comes to understanding exactly what the kingdom of God is, exactly how to understand the heart of God, what is in his heart, what is his thoughts and his feelings, his mindsets about you and the rest of creation, and how to take that and to manifest it ourselves through our own forms of creation. So because we were created in his image, we were created to have a heart image with God. So his heart meets our heart. his creation meets our creation. They are to mimic each other. They are to be replicas of each other throughout this process. And so when it comes to being able for you to be able to thrive and for you to be able to create and for you to be able to release what's in your heart out into the world, you have to first give your heart over to him to be able to do that. So that is why Jesus also says, like, it will cost you everything. Like, it will absolutely cost you everything for you to come and follow me, for you to be my disciples, for you to, enter into the kingdom of heaven. It will cost you everything because it costs you all of your heart. Everything that is currently attached to your heart that is not attached to your heart in a healthy way that God dictates has to be stripped off. It has to be torn apart. It has to be pulled off in order for you to be able to access everything that God has from his standards and from his viewpoints to be able to go forward. And that process is excruciating. When I say excruciating, I mean excruciating. To have gone through the process of him ripping everything off of you that was not attached to you in a form that he like it, that is a form of kingdom, that is a form of his heart's desire towards you for the life that you are to live. So going forward, we're going to be having these little short videos that are going to explain exactly what the kingdom is. How do we access God's heart? How do we access our own heart if we have lost ours along the way? And for it to be able to be rebirthed, for it to be revived, for it to be resuscitated along the way, because so many things have happened that have killed the passion, have killed the emotions that are parts of our hearts and our heart's domain. So much has happened that has killed that keeps us from being able to experience the joy that God truly has for us to live. We settle for moments of happiness instead of being able to live in true, authentic joy. So we settle for moments of placidness instead of being able to live in moments of true, authentic peace. And so when you get into a mindset where you are taking away everything and you're willing to surrender everything in your heart for it to be made new so that you can access the kingdom of God and everything that he has in that for you, going through that process, it's going to cost. It's going to cost a lot to be able to do that. But I promise that it's absolutely worth it. So when you're going out there and you are looking and you are attempting to fulfill the command that is in Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then all of these things that God promises us will be added to you. When you are doing that, the ability to do that is you are accessing his heart, and you can only access his heart through your heart as well. So let me know what you think about this video here in the comments. More of these will be posted here along the way. So looking forward to talking with you all and see you all soon.